This is episode 1. Your challenges don't define you. However, how you choose to handle them does. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Laugh at Adversity podcast. I'm your host, Gary Savoie. Having overcome medical trauma, I've made it my mission to uncover all of the secrets to overcoming life's challenges and living a better life. Each week, I will bring you an inspiring person or message. You'll hear from some of the most inspirational people on this planet, including those who have overcome adversity firsthand. My goal is to provide you with everything you need to conquer your challenges and to turn your struggles into strength. Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode. This podcast has been a long time coming, and I'm so excited to have finally launched it. Normally you can expect each episode to be either an interview or an inspiring message to help you tackle life's challenges. But today's show is going to be a little different. This episode is going to be more of an introduction to myself and explain the reasoning behind Laugh at Adversity. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with my story, a few years ago I experienced medical trauma due to complications post-surgery. Thankfully, my situation wasn't life-threatening, but it was life-changing. For the sake of this episode, I'm not going to go into all of the details. However, if you do want to learn more about my story, you can visit the website at laughatadversity.com and click on My Story to read more details. Although I'm not going to go into all of the details, I do think it's important to still give you a high-level summary of why I'm here. So 3 years ago, I underwent surgery to repair a varicocele, which are essentially enlarged veins in the groin that can sometimes cause pain and require surgery. Initially, the surgery went well. However, 2 months after the surgery, I felt a tearing sensation in my groin right where the surgery was performed. Honestly, it was the worst pain I've ever experienced in my entire life. From that point on, I would start my medical nightmare for the next year, continuously bouncing around from specialist to specialist and having no idea why I was in chronic pain. Having only been 24 at the time, I was extremely scared and honestly really nervous. I had been through so many doctor's visits, and I just still couldn't find answers of why I was in chronic pain. My journey would involve unnecessary prescriptions, including antibiotics and ibuprofen for long stints, that ended up destroying my GI tract, causing me to have to completely alter my diet, and in the end, lose 20 pounds. In addition, I went through so many procedures, whether it was cortisone injections into my groin or into my abdomen, or scans or tests. I was just getting completely fed up. On top of it all, as you can imagine, the location of the pain was causing incontinent issues, which as a 24-year-old, it was not only deteriorating my confidence, but also ruining my social life. However, my final straw came when I went to visit a pain specialist, which ultimately was going to be my last stop because they couldn't figure out what was causing the pain other than possibly nerve damage from the surgery. When I went to this visit, the doctor wanted to prescribe me medications that would essentially leave me with side effects of turning into a zombie and also require me to get my kidneys and liver monitored on a regular basis. Considering I had just turned 25 at this point, I was furious. There was no way I was going to take this medication and ruining other parts of my body for the rest of my life. This is when I decided to take another approach. I had already been meeting with acupuncturists, herbalists, and massage therapists for a few months, and I've actually found pretty good progress. So I decided that I was going to create my own plan. And to be honest, at this point of my life, it was the darkest point. I was extremely, extremely depressed. I couldn't ski, I couldn't work out, I couldn't run. There were so many physical barriers in my way, so many emotional barriers, and honestly, even mental barriers. I lost friends, I lost opportunities, and besides going to work, I was honestly bedridden. I spent most nights on a heating pad just to kind of help loosen up the muscles and reduce the pain. But what I also realized is that I was 25. And I had a decision to make. I could either let everything that happened continue to get the best of me and possibly be in chronic pain for the rest of my life, or I could try to do something about it. I could try to create my own plan, and I didn't really have anything to lose. So I decided, why not? Let's do it. And to be honest, in order to change my situation, I knew I needed to do it in 3 steps. My first step was to change my perspective. I realized that in order to heal, I couldn't keep holding on to what happened. I needed to let go of the situation that I was in and stop feeling sorry for myself. Yeah, what if I actually didn't get the surgery? What if I did this? What if I did that? But the reality was, I did do the surgery. And this is a situation that I was in, and it was up to me to get myself out of that situation. Although it sounds simple now, it wasn't. I really struggled with this step. But changing your perspective is the first step of changing anything. And some of the best lessons that I learned when changing my perspective and tools were meditation and gratitude. Although I was never a strong believer in either of them before, both meditation and gratitude really helped me get where I am today. Meditation allowed me to remove the stress, and also it helped with a lot of the pain that I was experiencing. And gratitude allowed me to be thankful for where I was and for my healing and for where I was going to be. My next step was to change my diet. I already had a damaged GI system and was diagnosed with both IBS and acid reflux, and my diet was already super limited to begin with, but I realized that I needed to limit it even more in order to heal myself. So I decided to cut out all caffeine, alcohol, processed foods, meats, dairy, and switch to a mainly organic plant-based diet of fruits and vegetables. In addition to meeting with a herbalist and acupuncturist twice a week, after months went by, I was finally able to start healing my digestive system and start to return to normal foods. My final step was to create a plan that I could physically recover from, a plan that would help me heal and return back to normal in a pain-free life. My first plan started with consistent trips to the gym. I would go for 30 minutes a day just to stretch because that's as far as I could go at that time. As months passed, my nerve damage started to improve and I was able to up my exercises. I also started experimenting with yoga and juicing fruits and vegetables every morning. As the year went on and I continued on this path, I was able to start expanding my workouts. I could now walk for longer distance, and pretty soon I could actually start running again. Up until recently, almost 2 years from when I decided to take matters into my own hands, I finally have more answers. Just as recently as a few months ago, an MRI revealed a tear between my groin and abdominal muscles, which could definitely have played a role into a lot of the pain that I was experiencing, as well as the nerve damage. In addition, a series of cortisone injections the past few months have really helped my progress, and although I'm not 100% healthy, I'm still pretty damn close. And my mission is to continue to keep pushing, to get stronger, to get better, and to one day be 100% completely pain-free. Although I'm 27 now, and I spent 3 of the best years of my life going through this medical trauma, I can sincerely say that I wouldn't change it for anything. Everything that I've learned, all of the lessons that I went through, and the adversity that I faced at such a young age, it's actually a blessing. Because most people don't go through this much adversity and this many struggles in their entire life. On top of it all, everything that I've gone through has given me a true love and passion for self-development and now helping others. I started Laugh at Adversity over a year ago on an Instagram account to share inspirational quotes to help other people that were going through challenging times in their life. However, that quickly grew, so I created a website, laughatadversity.com, to share all of my insight and self-development studies that I've done to help people overcome adversity. And honestly, the website has grown so much too. I've been able to develop a community of followers, of subscribers, even a Facebook community where people can connect and share their stories and help each other out because everyone's at a different stage of challenges in their life, and we can all help each other. And as I've continued to develop the website, people keep reaching out to me with these amazing, inspiring stories. People with physical injuries or mental injuries that have overcome so much and are inspiring so many people in their respective areas, which is why I started this podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to connect people facing adversity with the stories and secrets of those who have overcome great odds, in hoping of inspiring and providing tools to overcome the challenges they face. Although I believe I have so much to offer each and every one of you, not everyone can relate to my story, which is exactly why I believe in sharing powerful and meaning conversations with people that I know you will love. Whether it's getting insight from someone who has overcome adversity themselves or lessons from influential experts, each guest is hand-selected, and I'm confident they will help inspire you to reach a new level of greatness in your life. Each person has a different perspective, a different story, a different struggle, and different methods of handling their situation. And that's the beauty of this podcast. It's not just one person discussing their thoughts and beliefs. I am so honored that you're listening to this podcast, and I'm also so excited that you're going to join the community. I believe in each and every one of you, and I'm in the pursuit of making you believers in yourself too. I know all too well what it's like to not believe in myself, to feel cornered, to feel pinned down by the adversity in my life. But I also know how to overcome it, how to uncover the hidden lessons in each challenge and use them as a torch to guide you through your darkest times. And I hope that this podcast will help you get there. If anything I've said in this show resonates with you, then make sure you go and subscribe to the show. Also, if you want to do your part in creating a lasting impact and help others, please go and leave a review in iTunes. That's the easiest way for the show to appear to others and help them change their lives. Remember, together we can do more.